Environmental scientists say Acadia National Park is changing, and they're trying to understand it and to educate the public about those changes. News Center's Hannah Deneen reports.
The Acadia National Park that our grandparents visited is different than the Acadia National Park that we see today. And today's Acadia is different than what our grandkids will one day visit. Climate scientists here at the park say that what we're seeing here is more rapid climate change than ever previously seen before. And they believe it's more important than ever for people to understand and anticipate those changes.
Among the challenges to the park, I think we rate climate change as one of the very top ones.
What types of trees grow here, which marine species live here, and when the birds come and go. All of that has and is continuing to change at Acadia National Park.
The very biggest, kind of most visible impacts of climate change on Acadia is the longer growing season. So from the last frost in the spring to the first frost in the fall is more than 2 months longer than it was 100 years ago.
During the longer and warmer growing season, some invasive species are thriving and some native species aren't doing well. For example, you can't have a picnic in Acadia today without at least one red spruce in view. But this iconic tree is expected to do poorly in the future.
If you come up to Acadia National Park because you want an authentic experience looking at northern forests in the future, there's no guarantee that's what you're going to see. It may look like Connecticut. You may not come up all this way to see Connecticut.
The same is true for the delicacies down East Maine is known for.
If you're coming up here because you can get steamer clams and lobsters, that may not be true anymore. The lobsters are moving north. The clams are under threat by green crabs.
Heavy rainfall is a signature of climate change, and because Acadia's infrastructure isn't equipped to handle it, the flooding is altering the park's landscape.
In Acadia, that's caused damage to some of the historic trails, the carriage roads, the hiking trails.
While the effects of climate change may seem overwhelming, Abe Miller-Rushing says there's one small thing Acadia's visitors can do to make a difference.
We really encourage visitors to get out of their cars, get on a bicycle, get out on foot on the trails.
One of the short-term effects of the longer warm season is that down East Maine can likely expect more visitors. And that's a good news for a lot of these local businesses, but it does pose some challenges as well. Those local businesses would probably have to find more long-term employees to meet the demand, and that's something that many of them are already struggling with. For News Center Maine, I'm Hannah Deneen.